Activate airplane mode on your phone right now. And in the next 15 minutes, you're going to discover why that simple button doubles your productivity, eliminates your anxiety, and gives you back your brain. I'm not exaggerating. Let's get straight to it. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. For years, I thought airplane mode was just for when you get on a plane. How stupid was I? Because it turns out that button is literally the difference between living hijacked by your phone or owning your own attention. Let me tell you what happened to me 6 months ago. I had to prepare an important presentation. 3 hours to do it. I sit down with my laptop, leave my phone next to me on silent because I'm responsible, right? No notifications. Nothing. 45 minutes later, I look at the screen and I've basically made no progress. But I'd checked my phone 17 times. 17. For no reason. There were no notifications. I wasn't expecting anything. My hand just went to the phone on its own, like it had a life of its own. And that's when I realized something disturbing. My brain didn't need a reason to check the phone. It did it automatically, like a nervous tick, like scratching when it doesn't itch. So I did something drastic. I grabbed the phone, activated airplane mode, stuck it in my desk drawer, and closed it. Physically out of my sight. The first 15 minutes were weird. My hand kept automatically reaching for the phone, but it wasn't there, and something crazy happened. After 20 minutes, my brain kind of gave up, and suddenly I entered a concentration I hadn't felt in months. 2 hours later, I finished the complete presentation. Work that normally would have taken me all day. I did it in 2 hours of real concentration. I thought it was luck, but I started experimenting. Airplane mode every day during work blocks, and the results were so consistent it scared me a little. So I started researching, and I found something that blew my mind. There's a study where they had 300 people do tasks requiring concentration. They divided people into 3 groups. Group 1 left their phone in another room. Group 2 left it on the desk face down on silent. Group 3 left it in their pocket on silent. Same phone. No notifications. No sound. The only difference was how physically close it was. The group with the phone in another room performed 38% better than the desk group, and 52% better than the pocket group. Meaning, just having your phone nearby, even though it's on silent, is taking away more than half your ability to think. And I remember when I read that I thought, no way, that has to be exaggeration. But I started paying attention to my own experience. When I worked with my phone nearby, even on silent, part of my brain was constantly monitoring, waiting. What if something arrives? What if someone texts me? What if I miss something? It was like having a tab open on your computer, constantly consuming memory, even though you're not looking at it. Your brain is spending energy monitoring that phone, even though you don't realize it. And here's the crazy part. It's not your fault. Your brain evolved over millions of years to be alert to threats in the environment. In nature, that kept you alive. Today, your brain treats your phone as a potential threat it needs to watch. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's unpredictable. Each message could be urgent. Each call could be important. Your brain can't know without checking. So it constantly spends energy just monitoring the possibility. Let me give you a clearer example of how this affects your real life. I was having dinner with a friend a few months ago. Normal conversation. Suddenly I realized I have no idea what he's been telling me for the last 10 minutes. My body was there, but my mind was partially focused on my phone in my pocket. I wasn't using it. I hadn't even taken it out. But part of my brain was waiting for it to vibrate, anticipating the interruption. That's not being present. That's existing halfway. And it had become my normal state without me realizing it. There's another study they did with couples on romantic dates. Half left their phones in the car. Half left them on the table on silent. They didn't even use them during dinner. Afterwards, they were asked how they felt. Couples without phones reported 67% more emotional connection. Almost 70%. Just from not having the phone physically present. The phones never rang, were never used, but their mere presence killed the quality of connection. So the question is, what do you do with this information? Because it's fine to understand the problem, but you need practical solutions that work in your real life. Here's exactly what I do. It's not perfect. I'm not a digital monk. But these 4 simple changes gave me back my brain. Number 1. Every deep work block is mandatory airplane mode. If I'm going to do work that requires real thinking, writing, designing, solving problems, my phone enters airplane mode and physically leaves the room where I'm working. I don't leave it on the desk face down trusting my willpower. That doesn't work. I completely eliminate it from the environment. I have a little box in another room. The phone goes in there, in airplane mode, and it doesn't exist for me for the next 60 or 90 minutes. At first, I felt anxiety. What if someone needs me urgently? What if there's an emergency? What if I miss something super important? You know how many real emergencies I've had in 4 years of doing this. 0. Literally 0 times has something truly urgent happened that needed my response in the next 90 minutes. Everything I thought was urgent was actually my brain trained to feel everything is urgent when almost nothing is. Number 2. First hour of the day and last hour before sleep, total airplane mode. This alone changed my life more than anything else. Your first hour awake is when your mind is freshest. If the first thing you do is check your phone, you're letting the external world dictate how you're going to feel before you have a chance to decide your own direction. I used to grab my phone before getting out of bed, and within 5 minutes, I was already stressed about work emails, anxious about news, comparing myself to people on social media. Now my phone is in airplane mode from when I sleep until I finish my morning routine. Exercise, breakfast, plan the day. All without phone. When I finally activate it, my mind is already clear and I'm in control. And same at night. Last hour before sleep, airplane mode. No scrolling in bed. No falling asleep looking at my phone. There are studies showing that eliminating screens the last hour of the day improves your sleep quality by more than 40%. You don't just fall asleep faster, you sleep deeper. And I felt it immediately. Before it would take me an hour to fall asleep, scrolling random stuff. Now in 15 minutes, I'm deeply asleep. Number 3, if you're with another person live, airplane mode, no exceptions. This is the rule that cost me the most, but that has improved my life the most. If I'm having dinner with someone, coffee, a face-to-face conversation, my phone doesn't exist. It's not on the table. It's not in my pocket vibrating. It's in airplane mode in my bag or in the car. This sounds extreme, but think about it. The person who's there with you deserves your complete attention. And you deserve the complete experience of real human connection. I implemented this rule with my friends and family. At first there was resistance, but something incredible happened. Conversations became deeper, laughter more genuine, connection more real. Because when both know there's no threat of digital interruption, there's permission to go emotionally deeper. Number 4, check your phone only 3 times a day in 20-minute windows. I know what you're thinking. If I put my phone in airplane mode all the time, I'm going to miss something important. I'm going to be disconnected. The solution isn't being available all the time. It's being strategically available. I check my phone 3 times a day. 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. 20 minutes each time. During those 20 minutes, I process everything. Emails, messages, missed calls, everything. 20 minutes is enough to handle anything except on completely crazy days. And outside those windows, total airplane mode. This gives you the best of both worlds. You're regularly available for anything important, but you have complete hours of concentration between those windows. And you know what I discovered. Most things that seemed urgent weren't. They could wait 3 hours perfectly, and the ones that were urgent got resolved in my 20-minute windows. After 3 months doing this, my relationship with my phone completely changed. I no longer feel that constant anxiety of missing out. I no longer feel that compulsion to check every 5 minutes. I no longer feel my phone controls me. I recovered something I didn't know I'd lost. Control over my own attention. The ability to consciously decide when I connect instead of being constantly reactive. And look, I'm not going to lie. The first days are uncomfortable. Your brain is going to protest. You're going to feel anxiety. You're going to have the impulse to check your phone. But that's exactly the signal that you need this. It's like an addict in withdrawal. If you feel anxiety from not checking your phone for an hour, that's telling you your relationship with that device isn't healthy. But after a week, that anxiety starts to drop. After 2 weeks, it almost disappears. After a month, you wonder how you lived before constantly checking your phone. Let me give you a specific challenge for today. Your next work block that requires concentration, activate airplane mode, put your phone in another room, and work 90 minutes without interruptions. Just 90 minutes. And observe what happens. Observe how much you accomplish. Observe the quality of your work. Observe how your mind feels after. Tomorrow, airplane mode your first hour awake and your last hour before sleep. Just to experiment. Your next meal with someone. Complete airplane mode. Observe how the conversation changes. These 3 simple experiments will show you in your own experience the power of airplane mode. If this helped you, subscribe, because in upcoming videos, I show you exact tools, apps I use, specific settings, the complete digital minimalism system. And leave me an honest comment. How many times do you think you check your phone in an hour of work? Then count the next hour. The number will surprise you. Your attention is your life. Are you protecting it, or are you letting them destroy it 1,000 times a day? Activate airplane mode. Recover your brain. See you in the next video.